Hey guys, welcome back to Totally Rad Reselling. Hey, so today it's a day off from my full-time job and my girlfriend's gone to a nail appointment, so I thought I'd go somewhere nearby to where I live just to check out some charity shops. And I thought, yeah, I want to try and find some more football shirts. So there's this charity shop that I find them fairly often. They're the ones I found the Manchester United shirts in my first video. And since then, since filming that video, I have found some more football shirts, some Chelsea ones, Sunderland shirt. I'm a Newcastle fan, so I'm not a fan of Sunderland. But yeah, I've found several football shirts. They have consistently gone up in price in that shop, generally. So we'll see what we find and how much they are. But depending on what shirt they are, it's worth paying up a little bit of money sometimes. But if they're not really that worth it, then I won't bother. But I do not worry so much about the profit margins on my football shirts sometimes, because I like to get a decent lot of football shirts on my eBay shop. So when I do find the good ones, you know, I've got a good amount of football shirts on my shop. That's basically what I want. As long as there is some sort of profit to be made, I'm not worrying too much about the profit margins. I just like to find them and get them on my shop. Really, it's kind of more of a hobby aspect, that bit. Profit margins, I'm looking more at other stuff. So let's go and see what we find, if we find any, and maybe some other stuff in this shop as well. They do have a £1 rail where they put a lot of £1 stuff on, and that is another good way of making some money. If you're buying stuff for £1, even if they're not the best make in the world, you can sell them for, like, you know, buy them for £1, sell them for 10. Quick turnover of those items can be a good way of making money, and I've been doing that quite a lot lately as well. So we'll see what we can find today. I'm feeling hopeful, sun's shining, so yeah, let's see. Okay, so I dropped Chloe, my girlfriend, off after getting left from her nail appointment. I've got to pick my son up from school, so I've gone to another town now to go around the charity shops near there. So I'm probably not going to film here because I'm in a bit of a rush, but then on the outside of town there's a couple more charity shops closer to where the school is, so I will maybe try and film in those, and then I'll show you what I get when I get home. See what Bernardo's got to offer. Okay guys, so I'm back from my charity shop runs. That was in fact yesterday. So we're going to go through the stuff. I went to one town near me in the morning, a small town, and went to a couple of charity shops there while my girlfriend had a nail appointment. Then I got back, picked her up, took her home. Sorry, went shopping, took her home. My son I had to pick up from school as well, so I went to Colchester, which is a pretty big town near me. Thought I'd have a quick look around there before doing the school run. So I'll show you what I got from both runs. So first one. So the reason I went to the first town was because I generally get some football shirts from that one particular charity shop, and I actually did find some. So I'll show you those in a minute. You probably would have seen that in the footage. You might not necessarily know which ones I actually picked up. First of all, got this Def Leppard t-shirt. So Def Leppard Pyromania. Def Leppard, I am into this sort of music, but Def Leppard not so much. I've not really ever given them much time to listen to. But it was £4, and I don't really know why I bought this. But you know, I like music tees. It's kind of one of these ones. What are these called? Like sort of like a baseball tee type design. It's got a nice back design on it. I reckon I could maybe stretch to get to £20 out of that, but I just thought I'd give it a go. Now, got this shirt, Ralph Lauren. So I don't generally pick Ralph Lauren up unless it's like a jacket or, I don't know, those sort of zip-up sweatshirt type things, or a hoodie or things like that. I've had all those sorts of things and sold them, and they've sold pretty quickly. Shirts and polos I tend to steer clear of unless there's something special. I really like this colour. Pity it's not in my size. But it was £7.50, so might not be a lot of profit to be made from that. But I'll still probably push for somewhere around the £20 mark on that. Right, so then this charity shop has a pound rail. So I really like the pound rail. And quite often you can pick up something that's reasonably decent, and that's probably not the best thing in the world because it wouldn't be on the pound rail. But you can flip it quick for low money. And if you just keep getting loads of those off the pound rail and flipping them for like £10 each, you know, you can soon make a bit of money that way as well, sort of like your bread and butter items, and then obviously when you get your bigger profit in items in there as well, and you're on the way to making reasonable money each sort of month. But the reason I picked this one up, there's only one thing I picked as a pound rail today, is because it's Rohan.
I'll buy that for $1.
Rohan shirts do quite well. I've done really well with some of the ones that are like the sort of outdoorsy ones. They've got like mesh inside. They're really sort of designed for going out and trekking. This is more of just like a casual shirt, I think. It's got these nice little wood buttons, and really for £1, I've got £20 for Rohan shirts. Maybe that's a stretch for this one. It's probably more like 15, but £1 into 15 is pretty good for me. I'll take that. So yeah, that's that. Right, so football shirts from the charity shop, St Helena's. So pick this one up. I don't think I showed you this one in the footage, but this is West Ham. I think it's 2018-2019 home shirt. Now, I was in two minds about this, and I was doing a little bit of research in there, but it's a small little shop, and I don't like getting my phone out so much in front of them. So I was discreetly trying to look it up. I'm pretty sure it's a 2018-2019 home shirt, but I've seen versions online with the sponsor Betway and without. I know in the past West Ham multiple times have not had a sponsor on their shirt some years, so I really wasn't sure. I thought at first it was a training shirt, but then on the back it's got Premier League numbering. There's no name, so this is a bit odd. So I was really in two minds about it, but it's in good condition. It's the long sleeved version, and it's got some nice sort of Umbro logos and the cuff there, which is quite nice. Did pay £10 for it, but it's another football shirt to add to my store, which I do like to get some good football shirts on there. Easily my money's safe. Easily get the £10 back. But, I mean, conservatively, if we were to say maybe something like £25 to £30, could be more, but we'll, I don't know. I've got to do some more research into it. Long sleeve football shirts generally do better. Okay, next up is this one. This is a very up-to-date shirt, 2021 to 2022. Arsenal third shirt by Adidas. Now, when all the football shirts were released last year, I have to say, looking at them, this was probably my favourite of all the Premier League shirts that was released. but I'm not an Arsenal fan, so that's no good. But this would be, to be fair, this was my size as well, but I can't be rocking an Arsenal shirt. I've got lots of friends that are Arsenal fans though, so got Premier League patch on there. Don't like these new Premier League patches particularly, not as good as the old ones. But yeah, it's, you know, probably, oh, I think it's size medium, but the size thing's rubbed off, so I think it says medium. But I think easy £30, maybe a bit more, we'll see. But it being quite a new shirt, I don't really know. Literally the season after now, so we're going into the next season. Do people want to buy last season's shirt? I don't know. Some people don't like to do it, but collectors might want that at a nice reasonable price. So yeah, hopefully we'll make about £30. Right, last thing from that town. We've got a pair of shoes. These are Samuel Windsor. They're really heavy. When I saw them before I looked inside, I could feel they were heavy. I feel they were good quality shoes. So I looked in, saw Samuel Windsor. It's a name I know. I don't really sell shoes. I sell trainers, but I don't really sell many shoes because my knowledge is just not there with them. But I just thought, I know of Samuel Windsor. Looked up for similar type shoes to this, and easy you're going to get £30 for these. But depending on the model and the how they look and the condition, which these are in really good condition, you could get more. So I reckon, conservatively, I could get £35 for those. But there is definitely room for more. I need to do some research. Paid £9.20 for those. So not bad. Hopefully if we get that sort of £35 mark or more, that would be great. Right, so next I stopped, after picking up my girlfriend, in a big distribution Salvation Army in my town before heading off to Colchester. So I just picked up two things in there. Really don't know why I picked these up. So lately I've been picking up Clark shoes. Been finding that Clark shoes are actually pretty good for reselling, but mainly like sort of Gore-Texy walking like trainer shoes, those sorts of things. But these ones, I don't know, they're just different and weird, and I like different and weird. So I picked up this pair of I don't know what animal print that is. Is it leopard? Not giraffe, is it? I think it's leopard print. But they are like faux fur. They are like proper faux fur. They're in pretty good condition. On the back there's a little bit of a, maybe a bit coming off there, but it's not really very noticeable. They were only £4, so I thought I'd take a punt. I like weird and unusual sells. Someone out there wants something like this. And there's a Clark shoe shop near me, and I actually, this morning when I've been out, found these exact pair, and they actually retail for £64. So, yeah, maybe we'll get 30 quid for those. I don't know. Again, it's just good learning experience for me. As this is not my full-time income, I can afford to take a few little risks here for the purposes of just learning. Okay, other pair of trainers I picked up with these are Reeboks. Now they're sort of like a brown and, I don't even know what colour that is. It's like a tanny, beigey, green, it's weird. Beige, we'll say beige, it's not really beige, it's more greeny beige. Inside they're a little bit dusty and dirty, but these are, I'm pretty sure these are pretty vintage, you know. I don't know what year they're from, but they kind of look like they've been in someone's loft gathering dust for a long time. They were £6, so it was good to find a couple of good pairs of shoes in this charity shop, because lately their prices have gone up a bit, which I don't begrudge because they've got to make money, but for reselling, these fell within the sort of remit for me where I could make a bit of money, so I thought, yeah, we'll grab those. I reckon 20 quid maybe for them. Right, so Colchester. This might not necessarily be in the correct order because there's a fair bit, and I was in a rush and I can't really remember exactly what I bought at what stage. So, well, we'll just go with this. We've got some we've got some good stuff all around in here, I think. So, first charity shop I went in. Now, this is like a boutique charity shop in Colchester. It's another St Helena's, but it's like a boutique one. Really expensive. They mark up stuff really high. You know, again, it's fair enough. If they've got good stuff, they want to get maximum money for their charity, and that's great. But there's always, in these types of charity shops, guys, if you go to a charity shop and they are generally expensive, don't dismiss it, because what they will do, some of them, they might not have the knowledge of everything. And if they see Adidas or Nike or whatever brand, they will just slap probably the same price on everything. So if you've got a pair of basic Adidas trainers or a pair of, well, let's say Nike. Nike's in a better comparison. If they've got a very basic pair of Nike trainers, they might slap 10 quid on them. They might get then a pair of Air Max or Jordans or Air Force Ones and put £10 on them. And that's definitely an area where you can make some money. So don't dismiss going to the more expensive charity shops, because you can pay up a little bit for certain things. You can make tremendous profit on some stuff. So that's why I always just pop my head in. You know, do I buy stuff in there every time? No, because you've got to be sensible. I've done it already, and I've only been doing this for about 5 months now. And I started by just buying everything I found, and you can't do that. You've got to weigh up the profit margins. Is it worth your time, etc. Got to weigh up space and all this stuff. Anyway, let me stop rabbiting. So, found this football shirt, another Arsenal shirt. It's a Nike one this time, so it's an older one. I'm pretty sure, I did research it, but it's gone out of my head. I think this is around 2010. I can't remember exactly. But this has been in a charity shop, in this shop for a while. For like, we're talking a month. It was marked up at £20, so I wasn't going to buy it. But I went in there yesterday, and it was marked up at 14 as ladies' tops. It's a size XL. Now, ones of this shirt with names and numbers on, and I remember looking it up, players like Arshavin and things like that, which were probably fondly remembered by Arsenal fans. Shirts with those names on were going for about 45 to £50 or more, depending on the player. But Arshavin ones I've seen, yeah, were about 50. This has got no number on, so they were selling maybe for more for the £30 mark. We'll see. With some of these football shirts, I'm okay to sit on them, if you know what I mean. The older they get, sometimes the more valuable they are. So I will probably list this as high as I conceivably can by looking at comps, and then try and get maximum money for it and just leave it and see what happens. But conservatively, let's say £30 for that. Okay, so another thing I got in that shop was a pair of Skechers. Now these are really small. They are size 3. They are the Flex Light. I think I've sold this exact pair of trainers before, actually. Nice little colourway of sort of like a grey, blue and pink. They are in fact my girlfriend's size, but she doesn't really like these sorts of trainers. They were £10, but Skechers fly out. Literally, as soon as I list Skechers, they sell. So for me, if something's going to sell instantly, but I'm not going to make massive profit on it, it's fine. It's all profit for me. You know, everyone's got their own way of doing things. Some people like to just only buy things where they'll make 10 times their money or 5 times their money or whatever their money is. That's great. Everyone's at different stages in their reselling. For me, I'll take whatever profit I can get. It has to be worth my time to a point. But with these, I know that maybe I'll only sell them for £20, but they'll probably sell within a day or two of listing them. So yeah, for me, they were a no-brainer. I was going to pick them up all day long. Right, that was all I bought in that shop. So then I went round the town. Next one I went to is Essex and Herts Air Ambulance. Now, in this one, again, they're a bit boutiquey. They do like to price up things, but they always seem to have trainers at really quite reasonable prices. So I looked in there, really didn't find anything. I was a little bit disheartened. Oh no, I've driven all this way. This is the shop that I always bank on getting something from trainers or something. But I did find something in the ladies section, but they're a size 7. So men's or ladies probably, I'd say. A pair of nice black Timberland boots. Now, you might have seen in one of my previous videos, I've got a big pair of men's leather Timberlands. They sold for £50 literally the day I listed them, I think. So Timberland obviously is a great brand. Now, I don't know this model. They look a little bit more sort of sporty, trainery boots, but they're in absolutely phenomenal condition. Like literally, I can just list them like that now. I can just take photos and list them. So paid £12 for those. Quite happy to pay £12. I don't know the model. I don't know how much they sell for. Got to research it. let's conservatively say £40 for them, but again, possibly more. They are really nice. If they were my size, I would probably even keep them. Okay, so then another St Helena's. So, in the town, there's two St Helena's. This one's more in the centre of town. Very hit and miss, this shop. Their trainers in this one are horrifically priced, but the clothes aren't. So, I picked this up. Now, this might not necessarily be a great pickup or worth my time. It is Adidas Golf. Now, it's a polo. It's quite nice, good condition, nice colour. It's got like a little zip bit on here, a quarter zip. So that's why I liked it. It was a bit different. Golf stuff sells really well on my store. It doesn't make the best profit, some of it can make really good profit. But I have a whole section just for golf clothing on my store because I do find and sell quite a lot of it. I'm not into golf by any means, to be honest with you. But it was £4.50. It's nice, it's different. Adidas Golf, what's this say? Pro, no, 4Motion. £15 conservatively, potentially 20 for that. As it's a bit different, not your bog standard golf polo. I also found this pair of black, just sort of your old bog standard vintage Adidas black jogging bottoms with the white stripes down the side, zips on the ankle. It's got that kind of like inside lining like that. I don't know how to describe that, old cotton lining, whatever. But again, so with your Adidas stuff, you want to be checking each item should have the little code. And this one shows you that they were made in July 2003. So literally 1 year off being vintage. We'll probably get away with saying they're vintage, if I'm honest. So they were £4.50. Conservatively, I've sold, I think, about 2 or 3 pairs of these that I found recently for 20 quid. So we'll say 15 to be conservative with those, but probably 20. Right, so I'm just trying to think, what else did I buy in what order? Doesn't really matter. Right, so we drove outside of town now, and we went to a Bernardo's donation centre. So found these 2 items in there. More jogging bottoms. We'll do these first. Took a massive punt on these, but it's a brand that I don't find that often and generally does sell quite well. And they are some Sergio, how do we say this? Tashini. I'm saying Tashini. Jogging bottoms. They're sort of like another, sort of the old style again, a bit like those Adidas ones, quite loose, baggy ones, light. They've got like the sort of like a blue with like a really light blue and white sort of pattern there, with a little arrowy type thing. They are zip up again, up sort of towards the ankles. They are a size XL, and I paid £4 for them. Again, Sergio Tashini is quite a decent brand. If you put on there sort of in your title, casuals, football casuals, those sorts of guys that like this sort of just look, the football casual sort of look. Sergio Tashini is quite a good brand for that, so someone like that might want those. So I reckon £15 for those, we'll say. So not big money, but just a bread and butter item really to get on the store. Right, so then this, I found this, and I didn't know about this. I couldn't work out whether, first of all, it was rugby or football or whatever. It looks quite like a rugby shirt, if I'm going to be honest with you. It's Kappa, but it is in fact ES Troyes AC. So they're a French League One team. Quite a nice shirt actually. Like, it's a bit weird. Modern shirts now are, especially in certain countries, are getting absolutely covered in sponsors. But it's quite nice. It's actually reasonably my size as well, size medium. So I thought, worst case scenario, I might even keep this one, to be fair, because I do like having different random foreign football shirts. Got the Kappa logos on the shoulders. On the back, it's a lot less busy. There's nothing on the back, apart from it says the ES Troyes on the back. I don't know if that's how you say the team's name, but that's how I'm saying it. It's also got like a little QR code down there as well. But it's quite handy because it says on there it's from the 2016-2017 season. So paid £5 for that. Don't know how desirable this is going to be in England, and at the minute I don't actually do GSP. I don't do that. I don't really understand it at the minute. Because again, I'm new. I probably should start getting into actually sending things through GSP. So then someone in France or wherever might want this could get it, but someone might want it in England. So for now, I'll list it in England. I'll probably say about 20 quid for that. Last 3 items from St Helena's, another St Helena's, a lot of St Helena's in my area. This is a big distribution centre area in the retail park, and they've actually got 2 locations there. They've got a furniture one and then a clothes and books place. So this is from the clothes and books place. Now, I found these finally. I'm a reseller that picked up some of these little trainers. Obviously they're not new, they are pre-owned, so the price has gone down for these. I know a lot of people, I never did, but a lot of people went out and bought loads of these from Lidl as soon as they come out, and then were reselling them straight away for a lot of money, 60, 70, 80 quid, whatever. They've gone right down. New ones are about £30 now, or even less, 25. These cost me £4.50. I think I literally bought them only because, for the sake of it. But I reckon they're still going to make, pre-owned 20 quid, they're going to make me at least. I might be lucky and get a bit more. But they're in pretty much new condition anyway, to be fair. They basically don't even look like they've been worn. They're a little bit grubby. So some of the grip's gone, but it was just sort of smoothed down a little bit, but it's still hardly, but you can tell that they're kind of cheap, aren't they, let's be honest with you. But yeah, they're a size 5, £4.15 to 20, I reckon. Okay, picked up a pair of Converse. So these are the low style. Generally, I like to pick up more high top ones. Converse is a funny thing sometimes. You can make good money on certain ones and not much on others, and they'll linger for a while. But the high tops, I generally find I list them and sell very quickly. But these ones are low, the low ones, but they are kind of like sort of like a PVC sort of material, shiny, sparkly black. They are size 5. But other than being a bit grubby around the white, which I can very easily clean with my cleaning kit that I've got, this PVC, the insides are in really good condition, almost like new. So I paid up a bit for these, £8. But I'd easily get 20 quid for those, but I like to buy them if they are different, and they are different. The shiny PVC, someone's going to want them. Easily 20 quid, maybe more. Conservatively, we will say 20 quid for the video. Okay, so the last one. So you should have seen all these things, well, the majority of these things you would have seen in the clips at the beginning. So these ones are a funny one, because I was concentrating mostly at the beginning with on the filming. I didn't notice something on these to begin with, but we'll show you. So these are a pair of Air Force Ones. I got really excited as soon as I saw them because they're Air Force Ones and they are a big men's size. Always good, good. Then it's the cost. How much they cost? Okay, they're £10 I paid. So again, that's all right. Obviously, we would always like to pay less, but £10 is all right for me for Air Force Ones, especially a big size like this. Now I noticed that the ticks, the night ticks, one was pink and one was blue. So I thought, oh, that's going to be some sort of special edition or something. That's even better. But no, what it is that someone's in fact coloured in some sort of pen or. Now I'm hoping they're proper, the proper sorts of pens you use for customising clothing and whatnot. But I don't know. They've gone round the air on this one, on both of them as well. Not very well. Some of it stayed on, some of it hasn't. Some of the pen has, the marks have come off onto the actual shoes. So they don't look that bad. They haven't done that bad a job, but you can see that they've done it themselves. And there's some bits on the back, little bits of blue here. So I'm going to get my cleaning kit out. I'm going to try and clean them off as much as possible. But they are a size 10. Pretty sure they are a size 10. Yeah. So I can wear these. Worst case scenario. And they're in really good condition other than the pen on it. Inside there's no inner soles, they've come out, but again you just list it, tell them what's what. You can buy a pair of inner soles easy, real cheap, so even I might even buy them before I list them. But Air Force Ones, probably depending on the pen and what someone thinks of it, if I can get it off, great. £40 maybe, I reckon, £40 should be an attainable price. Just depends on the clean up and what we do with them, but yeah, we'll see what happens. Okay, that is the haul, guys. Sorry, again, this looks like it's might have been quite a long one. But I hope you haven't got too bored. Hope you've learned something. Thanks for watching again, as always. Obviously, at the early stages of making a channel, there's probably not that many of you watching, but I do appreciate all of you that are taking the time to watch my videos. If you could, while you're here, I would really appreciate if you could like the video, because that will help push it up the algorithm. Leave some comments. Let me know what you thought of the stuff I got. Is there anything in here you would tell me not to really bother with? Let me know in the comment section below. What's your favourite item? Anything like that, just leave that down below in the comments. And if you haven't already and you're new to this very new channel, please consider subscribing to the channel and hitting the notification bell, and you will know when I upload my next video. Thanks for watching, guys, and I hope to see you in the next video. Take it easy.
Yeah.